Okay, so let's chat. This is why I don't have cable because TV is whack. Like I would never get cable because even if I could afford it, I would not get it because I don't watch TV. All I do is watch reruns from 90s television shows. You know, I cannot stand living down south because it is 85 degrees outside and it is November 1st. Like, when does the relief from the heat come into play? Because I'm used to having four seasons, like, winter, summer, and fall. Here, it's just like a long summer, and then winter, 2 seconds of spring, and then back to a sweltering 100-degree everyday summer. It has been 100 degrees every day this summer. I cannot deal with the heat. I just don't like it. Even though the cold is no good for your joints, like usually if you live up north, you usually find yourself, when you get older, you usually got arthritis. But, child, I'd rather just put on a lot of clothes than just be sitting here feeling like I'm being baked like some baked ziti, because this is ridiculous. Oh, I can't take it. But anyhow, and then if you try to run the air conditioning all day, your Georgia power bill is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like either you're gonna pay a really, really expensive Georgia power bill, or you're going to, or either you're gonna pay a really, really expensive Georgia power bill, or you're going to suffer in the heat. That's sick, man. But anyway, so I be watching narcissistic videos, and a lot of times I be stop watching narcissistic videos because I feel like, hey, that's what the devil want. The devil wants your attention. So I try not to watch too many narcissistic videos, the videos on narcissism, because I feel like you can't really heal like that. People that suffer from narcissistic abuse. I mean, watch a certain amount of narcissistic videos, because a lot of us aren't aware of what narcissism is. We didn't even know it existed, and that it was even a thing. You know, and then we come into this whole discovery about it, and we spend most of our time just trying to research and try to understand what we were dealing with, who we was dealing with, and what type of nightmare we just got through and probably still experiencing to this day if you had a child with that said narcissistic person. Um, but then again, they be saying the same stuff over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the same talking points over and over again. And I, who went through narcissistic abuse my whole life, whose family members were narcissists, friends were narcissists, because most of the guys I dated, I want to say none of the guys that I dated was a narcissist except for one guy. I don't think he was narcissistic, but he was still weird, so it didn't even matter. But yeah, they say the same thing over and over again. So it's like, but then it be from different people's perspective. Sometimes you can hear from different people, and it'll open up your eyes in a different kind of way. But for the most part, it'd be the same talking points, and it's starting to become an oversaturated market. I personally don't really focus my attention fully on talking about narcissism, but when I do think about something that maybe other groups of people haven't touched on when it comes to the topic, I'll express it because I believe one time I made a video about how there's narcissists who don't like certain genders, and they discriminate against certain genders of people. And just like there's narcissists who don't like women, there's also narcissists who don't like men, But I mean, as far as like the narcissist who is a man who don't like other men, and then there's the narcissist that's a woman who don't like other women, and stuff like that. Um, but I'm saying it could be a woman narcissist who don't like women. You know, she's a woman herself, but she don't like women. You know, and it could be a man narcissist who he don't like men. You know, he's a narcissist himself, but I mean he's a man himself, but he don't like men. Um, so yeah, and these are usually the narcissists who are that sex. They don't have many friends of that sex, or they can't never get along with people from that sex. And every time they do try to get along with people from that gender, uh, it always end up going bad. Like a woman who every time you turn around, she don't have no girlfriends, and if she do have girlfriends, she talking bad about them, or it seems like she on her way to being on the outs with them. And it's a man who he don't have no male friends. If he do have male friends, he find himself talking bad about them. Before you know it, he sound like he about to end up being on the outs with them for some reason or another. And that was a topic that I talk about. Today I want to talk about narcissism and just being very unbalanced thinkers. They don't have it's a borderline personality disorder. It's a disorder where you're like a borderline narcissist. You're not a full narcissist, because narcissistic personality disorder is actually on the mental illness list. People don't talk about it though, and I feel like a lot of reason why people don't talk about narcissistic personality disorder as much as they talk about bipolar disorder and all the other mental illnesses is because a lot of people are narcissistic person. A lot of people suffer from narcissistic personality disorder. Like majority of the world is suffer from narcissistic personality disorder, and if probably the person who even made the darn mental illness list probably was a narcissist. And if they had to talk about, probably some of the people that you sit down and get therapy with are narcissists, and if they had to talk about narcissism, they'll more than likely be talking about themselves anyway. So, borderline personality disorder is a mental illness. It means that basically you're suffering with borderline narcissism, which means that you're almost a narcissist, but you're really not. And one of the symptoms of being a borderline is that everything is black and white. You either absolutely hate something or you absolutely love it, and you borderline worship it, but there's no middle ground. And I've realized that a lot of those borderline traits are in narcissists, where you'll have some narcissists where when they date a person and they're with somebody, they almost worship them. They can do no wrong. They put the person on a pedestal. You know what I mean? That person is perfect. They're everything. They'll talk so highly of them, and they can't see any flaws in them. They don't see anything but good in them. But when they break up with them, it's the exact opposite. They hate them. They hope they die. They wish they would never met them. They, you know what I mean? It's just very extreme disdain for them because, they're no longer nice and shiny statues anymore. And that's the reason why a lot of people have a hard time co-parenting with their ex-narcissist, because they don't know how to just be with you, be pleasant, or what's the word I'm looking for, when you don't like somebody but you at least try to be cordial. There you go. They don't know how to be cordial towards you. They don't know how to be around you without it without being in love with you. You know what I mean? They can't be friends with you. They don't know how to just break up, be friendly, be cordial, be decent. It don't have to be we in love with each other. It don't have to be us being okay with each other. And they don't know how to be friends because they don't have any friends. They have people that they either idolize like a celebrity, or they have people that they can't stand. And there's no middle ground. There's no middle ground. So that's the reason why when you're dealing with narcissistic people, and not all narcissists are like this, Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many like distractions, people outside clapping. I'm trying to sit here and make this video note. Honey, when you read people about themselves, yeah, and they don't know what to do. And I'm gonna post this, so whatever. Because I don't always post these videos that I do. But like I said, when it comes to narcissists, they idolize you when they're with you. They put you on this pedestal. They see no flaws in you. You're perfect. You're nice and shiny like a statue. Um, but when they break up with you, they discarded you. They hate you. You stink. You wasn't never to begin with. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why we have such a hard time co-parenting with them, because they don't know how to just be in the middle about anything. And sometimes it's not even just about people. Sometimes it's about their job. It's about the place they work at. It's about other stuff. Either they work, either they don't work at all. They ain't got no job. You know what I mean? They don't have a job. They can't get a job. They don't want to work anywhere. Or when they do get a job, this job is everything. This is the most important job ever. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm the best worker in the world. And, I'm top flight security. Kind of like how Mike Epps was when he got that security job on Friday after next. And he's like, I don't care nobody. I don't care nothing about it getting out of hand. And Ice Cube's like, you going to sit your ass down and you going to relax. Like, Ice Cube was being normal. Like, nigga, I'm just here to get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pay my rent. It ain't that serious. I just got here. I'm still trying to feel the situation out. I don't need to be too hyped about this job because I might not even like it next week, like a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Like a normal individual. Like, I might not even want to do this next week. I'm just here trying to pay my rent so I can avoid getting thrown out. And Mike Epps was like a narcissist, like, I'm top flight security world. He checking everybody come through the parking lot. He's stopping people trying to go through their bags. He's just doing too much, But this is the first job he had in months, so he just overly excited. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so he worshiping the job, like he idolizing the job. But then when it came down to them damn dudes chasing after them, he got his mind right. He's like, you gonna tell us what happened to the last security guards? Ice Cube already knew something ain't right. Because, like I said, if you have a job and the turnover rate is high, and every time you turn around somebody quitting that job, don't be too excited to get hired at that job. Should you need to be interviewing them and asking them why don't nobody ever stay here? So, oh, don't nobody want to talk about that though. Let's ask those questions. Why you can't keep no employees? Forget about why I can't get a job. Let's ask questions like why you can't never keep nobody working here. You find yourself running all over the damn thrift mall looking crazy. Anyway, that's how narcissists are. They're very extreme, so it's gonna always be hard to have like a non-emotional relationship with them because they don't know how to be in between. They have no balanced thinking. They don't have no balanced thought process. Either you're the best thing in the world or you're the worst thing in the world. And that's just how it is. And they're the same way with their kids sometimes too. Like, you know what I mean? They'll put their child on the pedestal. Their child is the best thing in the world. They got the child going out for football, basketball, whatever. And, as long as the child listens to them and do everything they tell them to do by the letter, they love them. But if they break one rule or don't listen or don't do what they tell them to do, they the worst child in the world. I hate you. I wish I never had you. I hate you, your mama, and everything that you and your mama stand for. Or I hate you and your daddy, and I hate everything that you and your daddy ever stood for, So they need you to do everything they tell you to do, or else you didn't do for them at all, So that's the reason why we had such a hard time just trying to be neutral or find neutral ground with them, because they don't know how to. And that's a lot of the reason why a lot of men, when they leave the relationship, they leave the children too, because they don't know how to cope. They don't know how to be neutral with the mom or with the kids or whatever. Either this is the best thing in the world and it's a picture perfect situation, or I don't want to be involved in the situation at all. You know, there's no gray area. They don't have no gray area of thinking, and not knowing that life is all about the gray. That's what life is about. Life is about living in the gray. You know, because nothing is gonna be extremely perfect, and just because something not perfect don't mean that it's the worst thing ever. It's just not perfect. So life is all about being balanced and finding a balanced way of thinking and not being weird, you know. But anyhow, that's all I had on that. I haven't heard anybody talk about that, and I feel like that helps people to understand what they're dealing with more. And when you find understanding, you find some form of truth. When you find some form of truth, you find some form of peace, because the truth will set you free, and it'll bring you a large amount of peace. So if you're dealing with somebody where you're just kind of like, why we can't just, be there for the kids and just, because you have those exes where every time you try to talk to them about the child, they say they're trying to get with you. And it's like, no, I'm not trying to get with you. I want you to take care of your children. But they can't be with the children without being with you, because they don't know how to be neutral. They don't have no neutral thought process. It's just like they can't grasp they can't grasp it. They're very weird. No, I'm not even saying they're going to say they're weird, because like I said, narcissistic personality disorder is a mental illness. It's just that usually narcissistic people are just so proud they can't get the help they need. But they do need help. So anyway, that's all I had to say. Ponder upon that. Bye.